It's not raining. Hope we're doing well. Got 2 children with me, currently being pest. So we're doing strength training today in a format of reorg, borderline headachy, so I'm hoping this will clear it. Mummy exercising. You thought you'd have learnt by now. So in total we've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 exercises. We're going to be working on posture and rounded shoulders today, so if you're feeling stiff in the thoracic spine and up, this is for you. Hang on, let me get my block out. Ba, ba, ba. So if you've not got a block, you can use a bolster, cushion, 1 or 2 blocks. Get the foam roller out as well. Quite inflamed just now, so been doing more foam rolling. I've had an extra rest day. I think I've had 3 rest days this week. I've been, body felt like it needed it, so I was listening to it. Plus the kids have been off school. Oops. We did a really hard cardio session on Thursday morning. You're pushing her with your sandals on. Right, anyway, so round 1. So we'll start off with light exercises, or if you want to go in hard, make sure you warm up first. Incline flies, so I'll be doing the 4s, and then we'll move over to, I've got 10s out, but I'm going to get the 8s out, be sensible. The last round I might do 10s, but if you go too heavy on flies, you will pull your pec muscle, especially on an incline bench, so just be aware of that. Muscle stimulus, I'm talking for hypertrophy, is muscle stimulus at the end of the day, so you don't need to go super heavy and sacrifice technique. No need. Incline flies, going for depth and a stretch. Now what I see a lot of with incline flies is the elbow sags. Keep in alignment with your shoulder joint and your wrist. Make sure your wrist is fixed. Otherwise you're adding more stress on the joints and can lead to injury and strains. Then we're going incline skull crushers, keeping the elbows tucked in. Hi Mark, how you doing? Morning lass from sunny Wales. Bomb out with work right till Christmas. Wow, it's a long way till Christmas. I hope you're fit enough. How's your back been? Then we're going to go into push-ups, any variation that you can do. If you want to start with the hardest variation that you can do, then regress it as you tire, that's fine. And to finish round 1, we've got bench press, heavy bench press. I have got the 14s out, and that's for I think 40 seconds. Hi, good morning everyone. Hi guys, I'm a health and fitness trainer. I'm in Scotland. I'm going to put up, it says start a Q&A, but I'm just going to put on fat loss coach questions so people know. Instead of me keeping saying it, I may as well use questions. Start Q&A. It comes up as, people keep saying that I've got a nice voice. Like, I do have my own podcast, but I really don't feel like I do. I hate my voice. Anyway, I suppose it's my voice, isn't it? So yeah, I'm in Scotland. Not good. You're in a lot of pain, Mark. If you don't look after your body, you will be forced to make time for it, and with days off and sick days with a bad back. So make sure you're still getting at the physio and doing your stretches and stuff after you work and in between your work if you can. Good morning guys. Right, then round 2 we've got single arm rows. This is a full upper body workout where we're stimulating. No, I'm exercising. I'm stimulating as many muscle groups as I can. So left side, right side. Then we've got bent over tricep extension with relatively light weights, and then we've got tricep dips, so we need to put that bench flat. Then round 3 we've got shoulder press, Arnold press, reverse cable flies, and then plank bench up and down. So it's like a moderate workout I'm looking for today. Hi Carmel, thanks for the follow on Instagram. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, so I'm borderline headache today, so I'm hoping the endorphins as soon as they kick in. I'll get rid of that. Could be to do with that the kids are off. I'm answering your questions as I go as well. Can I put a poll up as I go before I get started? Yeah? Oh, I can.
You know what?
Yeah.
When I was about like today, I nearly fall off it.
Oh, be careful. Why? What happened? Do you struggle with... What do you struggle with? Fat loss?
Because I was on
Uh-huh.
I was on the sticks and then there were two pumpkins and I nearly fell off.
Oh.
But my foot hangs it down and then my foot.
Okay. Great story. Mindset. Routine. Start pull. Right, that may as well kick off as I go. Blessed happy day to you too, Gion. Right, I've got a pull up as well, guys. Right, let's get started.
Your workout will begin.
Let's do it.
5 seconds.
So I've got incline
Round
flies.
1. 3 exercises.
Start your Fitbit. If you do that, I'm swapping to a ring when it is delivered. Morning, guys. My name's Leanne. I don't know why that was blocked. Show me a workout for losing love handles. Need to be in a calorie deficit to lose love handles. Let's start with no workout will have you lose fat as much as a calorie deficit, and you get this. No touch. No touch, I said. And you're getting a calorie deficit through managing your food and moving more. No, you know I'm exercising. Right, then we are going over to skull crushers. You want to go in now? What did you see, baby? Yeah, we've got some, like a family of swans, haven't we? Any more questions? Good. From the kids, man. Keep them elbows up. Get a nice stretch in the back there. Then we're going to push-ups. Any variations? I'm going to turn this off because the kids are hijacking my AI. Don't feel like I've properly warmed up yet, but chest to floor if you can. Elbows behind you, slightly pointing outwards. Right, going to do them 3 exercises again. Longer work time is less rest. Good morning. Gian's telling a story there. Flies. Let's go heavy with the flies. I'm going to 8. Pause for a stretch at the bottom. Nice and controlled. Take your time if you're going heavy on incline flies. I remember when I was training out here not that long ago and it was gorgeous weather, and now look at it, it's bleak.
Next exercise is walking squats. 5, 4, 3, 2.
And then I've got push-ups after this. So back flat, core engaged, elbows together. Got a stick. Those pansies are doing well to say I've not maintained them at all. Love pansies, yeah? Oh, what's happened? What do you need to tell me, baby?
And it's a whisper.
Are you going for a poo by any chance?
No.
Right, what?
A shower.
A shower?
It's actually doing it.
No, you're not having a shower.
No, I actually do. And use that wood there.
Let me have a look. There's no blood, so you're fine. What are you doing? You're exercising like mummy.
Yeah.
You look like a little blob. No, baby.
Wow.
Beep beep. You get squished. God, pest. Oh, you're alright. That's what you eat. Mummy's time. Mummy exercising. Ah. No doubt there'll be someone to say something about that. Morning guys, welcome to my live. Love a like and subscribe if you want fitness education and motivation. I'm a health and fitness trainer. Last round of these 3 exercises, I'm going to move on to round 2. New exercises. And I'm answering any fat loss questions. There's a lot of misinformation out there on the internet. So I'm here, sitting under the waters. Faster, stupid comment. Push-ups. Why is she taking the shoes off? Oh, she's got a Crocs on. Oh. And I've got a wee cold as well. Where's your cat? It's in the house. Whew. Means I'm not boiling. Right, bench press heavy, flat bench, of course. Heavy bench press. I've got 14 here. Take your time. Do as many as you can in 40 seconds. Let's go. Finishing round 1. Middle line of the chest. Take your time. Shoulders down away from ears, back flat, core engaged. Oh, I've probably picked too heavy a weight at this point. Grip strength struggling. Move to the 10s. Oh, can't reach them. 8 it is. Right, round 2. Single arm rows with the 14. How are we doing? Hey guys, welcome to my live. Thanks for voting on my poll. My name's Leanne. I'm a health and fitness coach. I specialise in rehab and back pain. If anyone's got any questions, single arm row. Thinking about the shoulder blade coming towards the spine and leading with the elbow, not the hand. Oh, I feel my triceps on the other arm. It's a lovely stretch that. That's how tight I am. Over to the other side. You fall. Careful, come on. You learn. Careful, get off, Demi. I don't know. Where is she? Why don't you go and find her? Right, bent over, tricep extension. Hi Brian, how you doing? Off to the gym shortly with a PT. Hope you enjoy it. Good way to start your Saturday. Make sure you're not pushing your neck forward with these. As many as you can, straightening the arm as much as you can, but you're not locking out that joint. Whew. Those exercises again, but longer work time, shorter rest. How do I build long head triceps? Cables, hi, cables are really good for that pick. So hi Abby, how are you doing? Standing cable tricep extension. Pauses as well. But I always find if you want to build all the tricep muscles, doing lots of variety. Ask Abby to help. Ugh. How's your training been this week, Abby? Right, other side next. Quick, 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 quick. Right. These kids, man, doing my nutting this morning. Leading with the elbow. Thinking about the shoulder blade coming towards the spine. Everything feels heavy today. Not gonna lie.
5, 4, 3.
Very nice. Deep breaths. And single arm. Don't forget single arm tricep extension as well. And then going into double with fatigue. Morning, guys. Hi, Sarah. How long have you been doing this for? This is in going live or exercise? Same again. Last round of these 3 exercises. Leading with the elbow. Pause at the top and make sure you're moving that shoulder blade at the back. So specialise in back pain, rehab, postnatal fitness, female fat loss after babies. So if you've got any questions about nutrition, supplements, exercise consistency, diet consistency, just ask in the comments. It's been alright this week, only managed to work out well, just a day or two I'll start strong. I think that's a win, definitely. Abby, celebrate the small wins because our brains can be quite negative and concentrate on what we didn't do and compare to when we did have a great routine and life was easier. But this is your new base now, Abby, as in your new baseline where you're at college. You've got a new focus. So what can you do to build on this week? But it's quite common to be like, oh, I used to work out 5 days a week. But yeah, that was you before you had these commitments. It's almost like a different version of you. If you're able to do anything with the challenges of life, I can barely get them up now, then it's a massive win and impressive. Good. Finisher, we've got tricep dips. Have a drink. Where's my water? Tricep dips. My triceps are already dead, but hi, Otto. But I'm getting 10k steps. That's a massive win. That's what consistency looks like, remember, Abby? Elbows behind you, bum touching the floor if you can. But at this point, just do anything, even if it's a pulse. Embrace imperfect action. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to try. It's you versus you not trying. But remember, consistency looks different every day. What can you do given the circumstance, given that you're at college? What can you try? And you've got to be willing to try new things as well. It takes a lot of brain space and effort to try these things, like meal prepping. A lot of people think I've got to prep every single meal, even just once a week. Pick a day that you struggle with most and try a meal prep. Try and improve and focus on the worst days of the week for you. Don't waste time anywhere else. What's the lowest you have gone in a calorie deficit? Oof. Right, round 3. Shoulder press. Right, calorie deficit. Before I knew better, shoulder press. Let's start with 14. Before I knew any better, I was trying to stick to 1200 calories. I was crash dieting in my 20s. And then I was like, why can't I stick to this? And then you convince yourself that all these people with abs are on 1200 calories. It's quite the opposite, isn't it? Arnold press. Gonna do the 8.
4, 3, 2, 1.
But think, if you're going too low in calories and you can't stick to it, there's something wrong. Not with you, but either you're trying to stick to something that's unrealistic. Remember, you've got to fuel yourself for life and health. Reverse flies. Yeah, I remember 40% on bad days is 100% exactly. Exactly. And I'm telling you that because I know that you know that. But I'm telling you that to bring it to the forefront of your mind so you have that little voice in your head again. Because although I'm a health and fitness coach and I specialise in antenatal and postnatal, when I was pregnant, I still got benefit from people saying to me, take a rest day, be careful when you're doing that. You're still human, you know. I don't move that. Morning guys, welcome to my live. Right, shoulder press, going to use the 10s because I've not had these for a bit. It feels good to work out outside, I do love it. When I miss it when it's raining.
3, 2, 1. 10 seconds rest. Your next exercise.
Arnold press with the 10s, which is a PB, because I've not had my 10s back in ages.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh, with the left. Then after this, with the shoulder girdle being so nice and warm, we're going to do some stretches for posture. So if you have a desk job, if you're feeling a bit stiff in the upper and the neck area, we're going to stretch all that area out. And reverse cable flies. I go to 1200 calories to lose fat and lose fat. I don't understand how can people say, right, okay, Carmuck, good question, right? How tall are you, Carmuck? How many steps are you getting? Not many clients. I do have clients on 1200 calories, but not many. They're like 5 foot and they're on 1200 and they're petite build. But I'm not a petite build, and I've got a client who's postnatal with 2 children, and she's got a bit of fat till you first come to us, but she's built like a massive amount. Like she's just like an endomorph kind of somatotype. Thanks, Austin. Appreciate that. Lovely comment. Back to the start. So these people, when they say they're on 1200 calories, they either aren't doing any steps because they've not got time. Sorry, I'll start again. Because you've asked about people on higher calories, like 2000. So I'm on 2500 just now. I'm coming into maintenance, so I can build more muscle. Arnold press. But they're getting the steps in, basically. They're moving to burn it. But if you see fitness models and people with abs, they're usually at a maintenance, not in a calorie deficit. And you can lose fat and build muscle in a maintenance, remember. All diets should, if you check out my post on Instagram, I go into this a little bit. Not my post, sorry, my struggling here. My stories. Did I post it on my Instagram once actually? Oh, it was on my members only on here. I do have memberships available, guys, from $2.99 where you can learn all this stuff. I'm 5'5". I'm sedentary. I work out 3 days a week, strength training. And what are your goals, Carmuck? Because you should be on more calories. However, you're not getting your steps. You've said that. So that's why your calories are low. I love food, So everybody should be getting at least 8,000 steps a day for health. The health of the back, the spine, mental health. If you don't get that, then it's something you need to work on. Hi guys, welcome to my live. Oh, thanks for moderators on. Right, we have plank. What am I doing? Bloody stuck in it. It's because I'm panicking. Quick, quick. Right, it's a minute, so plank position, up and down. Good for health and strength of the shoulder girdle. Make sure you swap sides as well. Bit of thoracic movement and mobility. A little twist there. Keeps you young. Going on to my knees now, so I'm struggling. Small bend in the elbows. 7, 6, 4. Oh, well done. I am so achy from Thursday morning's workout, by the way. If you want a good leg and bum workout, check out my last live, because oh my goodness, was that effective. Weights everywhere. Right, let's catch up. Any question? How to get muscle. Someone's asked how to build muscle. Hi guys, welcome to my live. Like and subscribe if you're wanting the trade secrets, the truth, no BS approach to fat loss and building muscle at the same time, which every diet should have. Like and subscribe. Join my community from $2.99 a month. There's loads of member-only videos to help you do this. So how to get muscle. You want 3 things. First and most important, protein. You can't build muscle without getting enough protein. Most people are getting less than 40 grams a day. You really want to be consistently averaging over 80 for everybody who's watching this. Keeps you fuller for longer, increases the thermic effect of food, so it's hard work to build muscle. It's hard work to digest protein and turn it into amino acids, so it costs energy, it costs calories. So it's really costly to eat protein in a good way. Second thing that you need to build muscle is a progressive overload. I have people coming to me who've had personal trainers in the past and said my body composition didn't change, I never gained, my shape never changed, I lost a bit of fat but wasn't building muscle. My first question is, did the trainer track your workouts? Did they make sure it was progressively getting more difficult over time? And they said, what do you mean? I don't know. Then the answer is no. Your trainer should be saying, that was a PB, and I'm talking if you're consistently exercising with them. You need to be consistent with building muscle. Sweet spot seems to be 3 to 4 times a week for 30 to 40 minutes for building muscle, and hypertrophy is what I'm talking about. If you've got other goals, slightly different. Hey guys, welcome to my live. And you also need to sleep because that stimulates the growth hormone to build muscle. Now, if you're brand new exercising or the stimulus is new and you've never strength trained before, you'll build the most muscle in that first year. I'm very jealous. It's called newbie gains. You also get newbie gains if you're coming back after injury, pregnancy. You're going to build muscle super fast. Again, the stimulus is all new again. But over time, it gets harder and harder. And when you're 4 years plus, you're building muscle, even if you can progressively overload quite slowly. Fat loss happens a lot faster. It's easier to achieve in some ways. You can look at it like that. And check out the poll. Don't forget to vote in my poll when we're talking about the poll. Carmuk, I want to lose fat and get lean to look aesthetic. I just want to say this, that's fine if you want to look good and feel good, right? Naked, perfectly fine for a goal, right? But you really want to start thinking and focusing on as well, because on how you feel after a workout, and you want to feel good when you wake up in the morning without a hangover from too many carbs, and feel good from hydration. And the better you fuel, the more switched on you are and the clever you are, and you've got more energy for life. Because if you're just looking to lose fat and get lean and look great, that's fine for a goal, but it's boring, because every time you jump on the scales or look in the mirror, especially women, depending on where you are in your cycle, can have a bit of body dysmorphia, and that can knock you off on track as well, and you can get in your own head and think, oh, I'm not really making the progress I should. Whereas if you're tracking your personal bests And just showing up and seeing, like, I really don't want to train today, but if I get a workout in, then that's awesome progress. That in itself is progress. If you can think like that and set yourself little goals like that with food as well, like I'd never eat any salad, I had one salad a week, that's excellent. And these small changes are what you should be focusing on, and the compound to the big overhaul, and they get you the awesome results. So focus on the action, not on how much you weigh on the scales and how you look in the mirror, but focus on the action. You know, if you're moving more, eating better, you're not going to get more unhealthy, look worse, and gain fat, are you? So think of it logically. I always lose 2 to 3 kilograms of fat, get leaner, but I always fall off again. We go in those fats eventually. I am so close yet so far. Usually this is a mindset thing, Karmuk. I'm not sure. It sounds to me like you're following a diet. I'm just assuming here, right? You're following a diet and then you stop the diet and then you gain the weight back on again. I've been stuck in this cycle for the last year. That's really common. So you need to look at your behaviours and your mindset. You need to figure out when it is you, because this is really common, when it is and what's knocking you off track. Is it alcohol? Is it your friends? The less fat you have to lose, the harder it'll get and the more you'll need to tweak. Think of like squeezing a tube of toothpaste. When the stimulus is new, like say if you're going from the couch to starting to do some exercise, you're squeezing that toothpaste and all this toothpaste is coming out onto the table. Those are your results, right? You're seeing all these pounds shred and you're building muscle. That's great. The more you do it, the same behaviours without tweaking anything else, the less and less toothpaste you get out of the tube, or the less results that you're going to see. So you need to delve into what else can be changed. I hope that's helpful and makes sense. Keep asking away, great questions. I have been stuck in this position. How long can it take to do away with belly fat when consistent? Ages. So if you're lean already and you're over a certain age, it'll take longer to lose belly fat, because if you're over the age of 40, your hormones, if you're male or female, start to change. So for example, estrogen declines, testosterone declines. So if you're female in particular, because that's like I specialise in mostly work with females, you can join my community for $2.99 a month, guys. There's member-only videos to learn all this stuff, and I'm always adding stuff as well. So anyway, as estrogen declines over the age of 40, instead of storing your fat in the places that you're not really going to notice, your arse, your thighs, your arms, you start to store most of it here. So calorie deficit does still work, obviously. That's the only thing that works for fat loss. However, like it comes off here last. The places that your fat's distributing is just different. And here is safe, but here can be metabolically harmful. Ari sees your...
Ari says your picture is amazing.
That's lovely. Don't draw on my sketch pad though, please. I have muscle mass. I'm 76 kilograms. My waist is about... Oh, have you just bumped your head, baby? Let me see. You're so accident prone. Deep breaths. So you've got muscle mass, Karmuk, and then I'm just trying to think what you were asking. Oh, you said you're sedentary. So you will not lose fat if you're not moving. So your steps and your calories, especially your steps. So I find if I get loads of steps, I can kind of relax with my food and still remain lean. So focus more on your steps. A lot of people overtrain, and the more you take in the gym, the more, like if you're training 5-6 days a week, there's less stimulus, and it's not pointless, but you're not getting the most benefit out of exercise. This is Scotland, Cuba. How many calories consume every day, ma'am? Depends if you're male or female, how tall you are, how much you move. But usually, if there's calorie calculators out there, but if you just start tracking your food and what you eat in a day, say if you're a guy, 2,500, right? You're consistently tracking, you're being mindful of your protein. You're tracking on MyFitnessPal, which is a free app, and then you're like, right, consistently eating about 2,300, 2,500, depending if I'm moving more, moving less during the day. And I want to lose fat, so I'm going to shave off 300 calories a day. So you stick in between like 1,900 and 2,000 a day consistently. But the trick is sticking to it and not getting bored. So how do I do that? So it's a mindset of it all, and that's what my job is. How to lose fat, age 21, and my weight's 75. More steps. So if you don't know how many steps you do, like walking, get something to track it. Your phone can track it as well. Get a base. So a lot of people now with these desk jobs are barely moving. My AI died. They're barely moving. I know people that are lucky to get 2,000 or 3,000 steps a day. They're spending all the time in the gym, trying to manage the food, but still not shifting weight. Why is this? Steps. You need to get more steps. Increase the steps somehow. Steps also include swimming, DIY, gardening, anything that you can consistently do over long periods of time. But the easiest way to track it is managing your steps. Hi guys, welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on exercise, nutrition, back pain and rehab. I'd love a like and subscribe. 12 years experience as a health and fitness coach. Got 2 children. I specialise in rehab and building muscle. You can join my membership for just $2.99 a month on here, where there's member-only videos where you can learn all of this. Is exercise bike good for you? I'm 40 as well. The exercise bike is much better for you than running. Running, when you run, you've got 3 times your body weight on those joints. So eventually, if you're not strength training as well, making sure that you're healthy with your joints, you're going to pull something right. And I just don't think the cost is worth the reward when it comes to running. So exercise bike for cardio, nice and safe, especially good for it's on, Harry. Especially good for fat loss. I can hear it.
That's not it.
Hang on, that's annoying. Hi guys, welcome. I'd love a like and subscribe. 299. I better get I'm not sure what you're trying to say, Matthew. What types of exercise should I do for me to lose fat? How overweight are you? Are you overweight, Faustine? If you're trying to lose weight and you are overweight and it hurts to walk, start with a small amount of walking. The best thing you can do is walk. And if you're walking about 1,000 steps a day and you start walking 2,000 steps a day consistently, that's a massive win. So it takes time to build in these. What's that noise? Oh, it's the trees falling leaves. It takes consistency. But if you do too much cardio, it's really common to have increased hunger pangs. That's hard to manage. So you might be super fit and do a lot of high intensity interval training, but if you can't manage your hunger, it's going to set you back and you're going to be wasting time. Strength training, on the other hand, doesn't tend to increase hunger that much, studies show. Here you go, Harry. So I am science-based as well, so if there's anything that I'm not sure of. But let's talk, is anyone questioning cortisol lately? There's a lot of misinformation about menopause and cortisol. Any questions on this? This is Scotland behind me, if you can see the scenery. Hi guys, welcome to my live. What types of exercise should I do for me to lose belly fat? So you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose belly fat. So you can't spot reduce fat. You come into a calorie deficit and you're losing fat, you'll lose it everywhere. And the last place to go is usually your stomach area. Depends where you tend to lose it though. It's a process of learning as well. You'll lose a little bit on your belly and everywhere else. Push-up running. Please explain one full day of diet and meal timings. So this is a problem with a lot of fad diets, right? And quick fixes and crash diets is what they're selling. They'll tell you, eat this, meal replacement, or cut this food out, or eat 1,200 calories. You're not really learning anything about yourself, your personality, past traumas, how you deal with stress. For example, those people who are on Mounjaro and the weight loss injections, if they're managing the stress with food, they're never going to lose fat. It doesn't matter what the doctor gives them. If you're de-stressing with overeating and binge eating, then you're going to stay in the same place. You need to dig deeper on what's going on there. But anyway, I digress. So me to tell you, Kiran, eat this one meal a day, because that works for me. I'm not saying that that does. I hate fasting and stuff. That might not work for you because you might have a very active job as a labourer, you know, and you need to fuel yourself for that job. Or you might have a job where you work mostly night shift. Maybe you're a doctor or a nurse. And me telling you to eat 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock isn't going to work if you're up all night working, you know, and you're trying to sleep. So you need to work with your lifestyle, kids if you've got them, possibly meal prep. And a lot of people go from nothing to doing everything. What's going on?
I shouted at her.
Why?
Because
No. Don't shout at her, Harry. She's only a baby. You okay? These are my children. So yeah, what I recommend is eating. It's okay, baby. Let's go into what you should do. What's the matter? Have you got your milkies there? Harry, no shouting on, and turn that down. Because it's too loud and Demetria can't hear us. There you go, baby. Okay, so what should we eat? So first of all, don't look to cut out any meals because any foods at all, because as soon as you start cutting foods out that you enjoy, A, you learn nothing about moderation, which is needed, and B, it's like telling your brain not to think of a white polar bear. You do the opposite of it's reverse psychology. So the worst thing you can say is, I'm never having alcohol, I'm never having chocolate, I'm never having cakes, because you'll want it more than anything. Even just like you have all the permission, the unconditional permission to stop your diet at any point, right? We want to make it as easy as possible so you don't want to, so you can still live your life, have energy, still performing work and everything, and then you're just losing fat and building muscle in the background. It's not taking over your life where you're constantly thinking about it. So the way you should eat, high protein, so you keep fuller for longer. You should be eating whole foods mostly, so high volume, low calorie foods like fruit and vegetables, pulses, salads. If you hate salads, you can change yourself and train your taste buds to enjoy salads. Find a way you can get more salads in. Even if on a Saturday you're like, hi from Scotland, even on a Saturday you're like, right, I never have any salads at all. I'm gonna on a Saturday have one salad, and that's my salad done for the week, and then reward yourself with like a coffee or a treat or something, a walk. And then over time, one salad becomes two, and like as long as you keep trying to improve, and I wouldn't even count my calories on a salad either, because it's a massive win. What's your advice in losing fat, the quickest, cardio resistance, or both together same day? Great question, Infinity Determination. I like your username. So losing fat, this is a common misconception. Losing fat isn't from exercise. The more efficient and stronger you get, the less you burn in. So I do a lot of HIIT training. If you're doing high intensity interval training, it's fantastic for your health. Reduces every disease, as all exercise does, like resistance training especially, is the best for your health and for you to have energy for life, and like just carrying kids and like glycogen to come out of the blood, and reduces resistance, insulin resistance, right? Increases sensitivity of insulin. But anyway, digress. So if you are concentrating on cardio to lose fat, this is great tool, but it can increase your hunger pangs. So you need to be able to control them if you do too much. So you could do 3-10 minutes over a week and increase. But I highly recommend getting some cardio in. It definitely gets you energetic, gives you loads of energy, cardio. I've never been as fit and healthy as I am just now. Like I'll get the sweet spot's about 2 sessions a week of HIIT training. Any more than that, you're increasing your risk of injury and you're reducing the stimulus of it all, right? There's a law of diminishing returns when it comes to exercise. Resistance training studies show, doesn't tend to increase hunger pangs that much. You should make resistance training a priority. The more muscle you have, it's metabolically active. If you gain a pound of muscle, it burns about 10 to 15 calories in a full day versus fat that burns nothing, sorry. So you should do them simultaneously. Like say Monday's chest day. Well, first of all, stimulate your muscle groups that you're trying to build as many times as you can, like 2 to 3 times a week is a sweet spot there. I'd get 1 or 2 cardio sessions in a week, but I'd focus mostly on progressive resistance training. I want to lose fat. My weight is 72 kilograms, height is 5'11". Up your steps, and then make sure you're not overeating from that. So it can be hard to increase your steps, and people don't place a lot of weight on it. That's your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which means it's your fat that you burn when you're moving. Like when you're exercising in the gym, that's 1 hour or 45 minutes for the rest of the week, or if you're just doing it once a week, or for the rest of the day, right? What about the other 23 hours or 23 and a half hours? What are you doing? So you need to be walking more. So if you're in the gym and managing your food and your body composition is not training, like you're building a bit of muscle but you're not losing fat, it's because you're not getting enough steps in. Start focusing on moving more. Park further away from the supermarket. Start your morning off with a walk. If you want to get faster steps in, if you've not got much time, go for a gentle jog or a, what do you call them, power walk. It's that mindset, trying to do something. A lot of people come to me like, well, I can't do this, can't do that, I can't. And all I'm hearing is can't and excuses. No. It's hard. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, and we wouldn't have an epidemic of fat people, would we, and lazy people. So you need to, there's the best thing you can do is just try every single day, and it's you versus you not trying. Hi guys, welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on fat loss, toning, back pain and rehab. Thanks guys for the support. Let's check out the votes. So what do you struggle with fat loss with the most? By the way, for those that are just watching, I've just finished a workout. And I train usually 6 days a week, but this time it will be 4 days a week because I'm taking an extra rest. So I was just answering some stupid comment there. Right, what do you struggle with fat loss the most? So 42% said food. 30%, it was a bit of a red herring, said exercise. Now, what exercise is good for fat loss? It gets you in that productivity, that mindset. If you're starting your day off with exercise, you feel, right, I'm ready for the day, I'm ready to be healthy. That it's like a positive, like it sets the rest of the tone for the day. So I highly recommend doing exercise first thing in the morning. Versus you not getting up and doing exercise and you're just like plodding along trying to make good decisions and stuff. Whereas if you start your day and you get that blood pumping, it's a great way to start the day. Hi guys, welcome to my live. I'm answering any questions on fat loss, toning, rehab. I've got 12 years experience as a personal trainer, postnatal rehab as well. So mindset and routine are the most important for losing fat and building muscle. And every diet that you go on, whatever way you're eating, if it's fasting, if it's time restricted eating, if it's keto, if it's whatever, right, you should be trying to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. So resistance training should be part of every single fat loss regime. So people just, although, like I said, although you're not losing fat when you resistance train, you're building muscle. Unless you want to lose fat, lose muscle at the same time, you need to resistance train. So if you don't resistance train and you're on a fat loss diet, you're losing muscle. You will be losing muscle. And it's extremely important to keep muscle. But I'm not really gaining muscle and I'm eating a lot of protein and also putting more belly fat on. Okay, let me read that again. After I fasted 4 days, my body's been messed up and said, I don't recommend fasting. Fasting leads to overeating in most people. And it's hard to stimulate protein synthesis to build muscle when you're just eating 1 or 2 meals a day. So think about it like that. I do think that some hunger is good when you're trying to lose fat, like sitting in discomfort, that's good. But I'm really not gaining muscle. So if you're not gaining muscle, then you're not progressively overloading ACE. Do you know what that is? And I'm eating a lot of protein, great, and also putting more belly fat on. So it sounds like you're in a calorie surplus, which means that you're not losing fat. You to be in a calorie deficit. You want a banana?
No,
No. To be in a calorie deficit, you need to burn more than what your body needs. So for you to function on a daily basis, your body needs a certain amount of calories. You need to eat less than that. That's as simple as it is, really. But our behaviours make it difficult and challenging. I'll share these.
Oh, thank you.
Right. Oh, I've definitely got a cold. I'm overtraining 5 to 7 days. Why are you doing that? So you've said like part of you taking a day off is you building muscle. You're lifting very heavy. How old are you? Because I'm gonna say you're heading for an injury. It's as simple as that. And I'm guessing that you love exercise, right? You love training. Gym's your happy place. Well, how would you feel? I want you to take a moment and think about this carefully. Put yourself in the position as if you were injured. I'm going to say your back or shoulder because that's one of the most common that I come across. How would you feel if you weren't able to train upper body because you had sore shoulder every time you came down to a bench press? You had agonising pain on your left shoulder because I'm going to assume that you're right-handed. How would you feel about that? Because that's what you're heading for just now. If you're training 7 days a week, 6 days even, very heavy. And why are you training so heavy? Because muscle stimulus is muscle stimulus. So let me say this, right? So these weigh 8 kilograms. Me doing 5 reps of 8 kilograms for building muscle, and I've just managed to get the last one on the 5th one, is the exact same for building muscle as doing 10 reps with 4 kilograms and just managing the 10th rep. Does that make sense? So don't think you've got to train heavy to build muscle. This is science-based. I know it's empowering. It feels good to lift heavy. I used to do it as well. But as we get older, the risk versus reward diminishes. And you're just going to increase the risk massively of an injury. So I mean, it's your life, it's your body, but if you're over the age of 30 and you injure yourself, don't mind me, I just nearly fell on my face. Never knew that. Yeah. And you can increase, you can have a play around with it. If you're doing lighter, so say if you're used to back squatting 150, right, for less than 10 reps and you feel awesome after that, right? Do half that and add in pulses. You could also, what else could you do? Pulses, holds, you could, I won't recommend jumping. But yeah, because what you're trying to do, you're trying to stimulate, and once you've stimulated the muscle to grow, you can't keep stimulating it. There you go. But if you're wanting nutrition, mindset, to change your mindset and how you feel about it, like and subscribe, guys. I'm deadlifting 315 for 8 reps. Well done. I mean, what is the point of it? It's ego, right? I mean, like I said, I used to lift heavy, ego, it felt amazing, sharing my PBs and stuff. But now I've got children, like, I want to be able to carry my children. I want to not be able to do it. I want to stay mobile. I don't want to have stiffness in the morning. I want to sleep on my side and not get sciatica. Things change as you get older. Pulses, partials, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could even get really good at lunges. Lunges are great. If you don't have knee pain, lunges are great for strong knees. RDLs. Right, I did promise that I was going to work on some posture exercises. So these are for anybody who's got rounding shoulders. If you drive a lot, if you're in a desk job and your shoulders are round. So we've done upper today. So we're just going to stretch us nice and warm. Oh, it's a nice stretch. So we're stretching our lats underneath. You can straighten your legs. What's that? You can do this on a foam roller as well. You can do it on a bolster. You can also hold a dumbbell to bring you further down. Come out to the side. It's like a pec stretch as well as, you can put another block underneath. It's a pec stretch as well as a chest and lats and shoulders. I'm just trying to relax. And the neck as well, you're counteracting all that neck forward movements. I'm going to stretch off the neck next. So anybody who's got neck pain, stiff neck, I know anybody who's been in any car accidents, just going to stretch that area off. Shoulders down, away from ears. Just going to move your head over to one side and feel the stretch here, levitate scapula. Push your shoulder down to increase the stretch here. And you can rock very gentle, see how it feels left and right. Be very gentle if you do have neck pain. Breathe through it. That'll increase tension itself. And then I'm going to begin with nerve flossing. I'm just going to move that question box. How do I get rid of that? Oh, I just bin it. Okay. So nerve flossing helps loosen off the side of the neck more. It's going to start, so fingers to sky as much as you can. Start with a small range of movement, small pulse, just relaxing your neck. Chest proud. Increase the range of movement ever so slowly. How often do we stretch off our neck? Do you feel pain? Do you feel tingling sensations? All signs that you need to do it more. Coming all the way up, can you hold it here and down? And then see if you can feel a difference, hopefully a little bit looser. I'm going to do the other side. Love from India. I'm a yoga teacher as well. So love from Scotland. I'm going to sneeze. Over to the other side. Just get used to the new position. Your head's in. Deep breath. Chest proud. Good posture. And let's bring in a pulse. Keep the head still. Small pulse. Fingers to sky. Start increasing that range of movement. Soft knees. Pushing your shoulder down. Let you move in the arm. All the way up, all the way down. Any clicking? How's this side feel compared to the other side? And then back to start. So this is really good for anybody who's got neck pain, been in a car accident, you had whiplash, if you just feel tight in general in the neck. And when we're doing bench presses and lots of shoulder work, we tend to use our traps too much. This loosens off all of that area as well. And we'll stretch off the hamstrings. Hamstrings and lower back with Uttanasana. It's one of my favourites. I do it multiple times a day. I'll probably lose count. 8 to 10. Hips up to sky. This decompresses the spine. And you might feel like you crack with the exhale. Absolutely love that. It's my favourite. Alright guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name's Leanne. I hope to see you